Written on Skin is one of the most exciting and acclaimed new operas of recent years. This is a passionate and violent tale by two of Britain's greatest living artists, the composer George Benjamin and the playwright Martin Crimp. Add to the mix the award-winning director Katie Mitchell, and you have something really special. In fact, when this opera was premiered last year in France, it received a standing ovation, some people calling it a modern masterpiece. Now here at the Royal Opera House, we are co-commissioners, so we're presenting the piece, and there's been tremendous anticipation. We are very excited. The opera blends together a host of 21st century angels together with a short story taken from medieval French literature, which tells of a powerful landowner known only as the Protector, his wife Agnes, and a visiting artist called the Boy, who become involved in a tortuous love triangle.
The story is associated with one of the most extraordinary periods in European history, the Age of the Troubadours, which is full of romance and mystery to me. It's the event, if you like, before the Renaissance when European civilization begins to open up again. Also, it did seem quite well suited to operatic treatment because it deals in very violent and passionate emotions, which seems to be the stuff of opera.
I play Agnes, an intelligent but uneducated woman, and quite oppressed by my husband. And to make a long story short, I liberate myself by having an illicit sexual affair with a young man who comes into the house who's been hired to paint an illuminated book.
We wanted to maintain the 13th century nature of the story. But at the same time, neither of us had a taste for creating purely a medieval story. So I, in fact, created a framework around the story, a framework of contemporary angels, 21st century angels, who set the story in motion and at moments participate in it. And in fact, Angel 1 becomes a major participant in the love story of the opera.
He has lost his way in the universe and is trying to find a way to find meaning. And he reenacts this story and participates in it to see what he can learn. And he needs to experience as a human being these very powerful forces, deep sexual attraction to men and to women, violence, being amidst lost people.
There's an overriding idea that God is dead. God has been dead for several years, and we, as his representatives on Earth, have been living among humans, but no longer have leadership at the top. We don't know what's going on, and so as a way to test man's cruelty to man and our own faith, we decide to stage this experiment to see if the same story will happen again as it did in the 13th century.
Remember that the boy is also there. It's you got lost in your own world.
This piece is about love, death, despair, and regret. For me, it's a fantastic story. It has very powerful and direct emotions in it, and the music is out of this world.
I wanted the sound of the music to evoke the beauty of medieval illumination and the ravishing beauty of the colours in ancient manuscripts. And so I wanted a very diverse palette indeed, involving many familiar sounds, but many very unfamiliar ones. I've used the extraordinary sound of the glass harmonica in a way that the glass harmonica I don't think has been used before. I've waited 3 decades as a so-called professional composer to write something on this scale. It's the biggest, the most important thing that I've done. The challenge is to make opera seem natural in the 21st century, which is not necessarily so easy.
George's music is extremely economical. His works tend to be on the short side, and for an opera, this is, when you count the minutes, a short opera. But it packs a lot in that hour and a half. I just get ready.